Exactly. Now we can do the same thing now to the rest, right? So let's go. Hello guys, welcome to the studio. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the MPC 2.11 firmware updates, new features, which will be Ratchet. Yes, we're going to be looking at all the possible need to know about that particular feature so that it can make your work a lot easier when you try to use it. So let's go. Where do we start from? Simple enough. I'm just going to show you where to find the ratchet. Let's start from there. Yeah. If you go to your grid view, right, here you see velocity. Bring it up. If you click here, you can now scroll through probability and ratchet. We're going to take a look at probability later on in another video and show you how best you can make use of it. But today, let's talk about ratchet. What does ratchet do? It's simply, like I said earlier, kind of like it helps you to chop your any kick you put there, any snare, any instrument, any MIDI instrument you put there, it chops it up into smaller parts. But what you need to understand is, okay, how many can Ratchet actually do for you? And we're going to quickly check that out right now. The best way to check that out will be, let me go back to my mute. I'm currently working on something here. I'll play for you when I'm done. But for now, I want to mute everything and I'll create a simple kind of like a track that we can show you how that works. So, shakers, let me mute this. Let me leave track 2 that has the drum kit. So here, let me even play to hear what we have here. Yeah. This works. Very basic. Thank you. Yep. Now, I think this is already there, but let's try this. Let us try to apply ratchet to this beat. Yep, sounds kind of like this African kind of thing. Yeah. So, okay, it's here. So that means it's not used. What you need to understand is the very first thing you need to know: ratchet can only give you 8 slices per your beat segment. What does that mean? Each of that MIDI interface. Let me maximize this for you so you see. I'm currently on I think I might be on 32. Let me go back here and show that to you. Yeah, I'm one of 32. Let me come back to one of 4 so I can explain to you in detail what that means. Now, here, this is what we're trying to ratchet. Back here, let me see where exactly is that. Yeah, A of A, that's part 9. What you need to know is, this is basically right now, I'm on my timing correct. I'm on 1 of 4, right? Now, that's why it was trying to divide each of my, the bars into 4 places. Now, I think I have just 2 bars here I'm working with. Is it 2 or 4? Okay, this extends to 4 bars here. So now, each of my bars is divided into 4 parts because I'm working on timing correct of 1 to 4. Now, check this out. A, this is the very first beat, second beat, third beat, and the fourth beat. If I put any MIDI here right now, let me say I just click this and I put this here. That's this particular one. Now, what that means is when I play, this is expected to play just once, right? Let's try that. Do you get? So now, if you were to say, I want to ratchet this right now, it will only divide it for you into 8 places. It cannot do more than 8 per time. So let's try that out. As it is right now, we can go back here, change the velocity to ratchet. Then if I increase it to the maximum and I come back out here, and we can maximize this to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what I just want to show you. So you need to have that at the back of your mind, that for any time you are trying to use ratchet, the highest it can go is 8. So it means if you need more than that, you have to increase your timing correct. Now, if I want to get 16 from here, what I simply need to do is make my timing correct. 1 of 8, okay, let's say 1 of 16, right? Okay, if I want 16, I just double it, 1 of 8, yeah. So I get 16. So if I come back here and you go to pad 9, no, let me take that off. Let me use this. You come to pad 9, you see it's still 8, right? The reason it is simply because you've already placed your MIDI event there before you changed the timing correct to 1 of 8. So what we'll do is we can basically just remove this and then put it back in. That means it will now be 2. Now you can easily go and apply ratchet to this one right now. If you apply ratchet to it, let's say I select this, because now it's independent. If I apply ratchet to this, then I pick the next one, I can apply ratchet to it as well. By the time I come back here, I will have 16, because it will have divided it for me into 8 parts, and you can sound something like, you get. So what I'm just basically trying to explain to you in essence is that ratchet cannot do more than 8 per time. Then I'll see find out, I don't know if there's any setting in there that can say, okay, make my ratchet 24 or maybe 16. But for now, like the default that comes to your device, ratchet can only cut, in 8 places. So if for those who want basically like those rolling and those ratchets kind of sound. So if you need more, you basically have to you basically have to increase your timing correct, so that you can place all those MIDI events again. Then you can now add those ratchet effects to each of them. Now that I have 16 just within this few space, if I want 32, all I need to do is go and increase the timing correct so that I can place more events here. So if I have 4 events here and I use my ratchets to, chop it up, I can easily get 32. Do you get? Because that'll be 4 by 8 and that's 32. So that's just basically what you need to know about the ratchet and how you can actually apply the calculation behind, you applying it, the maximum you get, so that you don't say, oh, I'm stuck. It doesn't give me the possibility to do more, to cut more than 8, to chop more than 8. Yeah. So that's basically just how that works. And then it's now left for you to know where exactly to put it. Do you get? Knowing where to put that particular sound you want to ratchet. Yeah. And that is where your own skill comes in and your own consistent practice to be able to know where exactly it'll come in your beat and then to make sense. So let me even try with what I have here right now currently. So let's go. Let me take this off. Minimize this. Let me hear the beat so that we can do that together. Well, I might have to go and unmute the things I muted earlier, because I'm sorry, they are dope. Yeah. Okay. I got a spot. So let me try and ratchet that. I just make it something simple, Let's start from the first one. Here. Selector. Pick it up. Yeah, there you go. That's 4, I guess. Something like that. But always try to make sure you extend it to the end. You edit end, so it can actually fill up that entire, it makes a lot of sense that way. Always try to extend the end. Anytime you put your MIDI and then you are trying to now chop it, you see it's better that way to actually be on point more. So always edit your end to make sure it's at the end of that particular timing correct. Those lines exactly. Now we can do the same thing now to the rest, right? So let's go. I can make this 2. Okay, 3. Then next one, I can even make it 2. You get. Always don't forget, remember to edit to the end. Yes. So that'll be all for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you in the next one. Right? Yeah, that's it.